Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 Prom Grand March, Written in the Stars. First up, we have class president and prom committee member, Jordan, escorted by Chris Benefit. Next up, we have prom committee member Charlotte Klimchek and Joey Middleton and Michaela Bunch. Next up is prom committee member Tori Duffy, escorted by Dale Howard. Next up is prom committee Isaac Rios and Luke Richardson. Next up is Atlas Newgate, escorted by Andrew Hennings. Next up is Jillian Magnol, escorted by Kyle Srodian. And now we have Jake Lowe and Allison Snuffer. Next up is Cheyenne Bauma, escorted by Eli Everton. Next up is Elena Foster, escorted by Nicholas DeRolf. Next up is Christina Lubbock, escorted by Mark Valdivinos. Next up, we have Caitlin Ford, escorted by Tristan Maddox. Next up, we have Ella Redar and Samantha Sandberg. Next up is Megan Roth, escorted by Colton Jones. Next up, we have Goldie Hostetler, escorted by Leaf Doolittle. And now we have Kendall Wheatley and Isabel Peters. Joey Wagner, escorted by Colton Bennett. Next up, we have Kaylee Ann Anderson, escorted by Austin Goodrich. Next up is Genesee Glimtak, escorted by Seth Kochar. Next up is Cleante Badastados, escorted by Dimitri Zoronius. Next up is Olivia Baylon, escorted by Caitlin Kingery. Next up is Alexandra Kutka and AJ Latustak. Next up is Shelby Peters, escorted by Vinny Metros.
Oh my God, Vinny! Yeah, he a pit.
Next up is Erica Diaz, escorted by Chris Figueroa. Next up is Annalise Lucio, escorted by Colin Edwards. And now we have Grace Christos, Riley Fox, and Emily Messina. Next up, we have Abby Allen, escorted by Nick Bravo.
Make it so spiffy.
Let me get it! That dress is so pretty. Yeah.
Next up is Ava Newman, escorted by Chase Yannick.
Yeah, Jake!
All right, Kate.
Yeah, Chase.
Next up, we have Madeline Jekyll, escorted by Logan Rushling. Next up, we have Charlie Casper, Jake Ortiz, Mitch Krolikowski, and Cooper Bergen.
Right there. That's some dog.
Next up, we have Lauren Hostetler, escorted by Joey Nakatura. Next up is Allison Serrano, escorted by Sawyer Carr. Next up is Katie Cateau, escorted by Bryce Compton. Next up is Becky Tasikas, escorted by Roger Blaney. Next up is Ada Rajeski and Elise Byers. Next up is Caitlin Wallen, Isabel Strong, and Megan Vincent. Next up is Brayden Perscalo, Connor Lawson, and Lucas McNamara. Next up is Haley Cope, escorted by Xavier Naboo. Next up is Ian Doherty, Maya Kakaji, Harper Shepard, and Carmina Williams. Next up is Kaylee Mathis, escorted by Noah Monahan. Next up is Layla Rasmussen, escorted by Nick Ivanovsky. Next up is Elena Tennant, Skylar Perscalo, and Nadia Ivanovsky. Next up is Justina Pomczynski and Grace Former. Next up is Peter Udinas and Aaron Nunez. Next up is Pablo da Silva. Next up is Stephen England. Next up is Julissa Delgado, escorted by Guante Mornell. Next up are Brian and Ryan Raleigh. Next up is Riley Ann Welch, escorted by Lewin Frenchie Barnett. Next up is Jasmine Ballard, escorted by Calvin Paulo. Next up is Katie Lovengood, escorted by Justin Nunez. Next up, we have Kendra Lewis, escorted by Tommy Emery. Next up is Christian Kaka and Reagan Lukey and Jamie Mills. Next up is Alexia Morris, escorted by Titus Parrish.
Love you,
Next up is Emma Steiner and Trinity McEwen with Ian Kennedy. Next up is Evan Pumos, Drew Soder, and Eric Cannon. Next up is Jasmina Junovich and Spencer Shaker. Next up is Brady Rife, Ty Medical, and Javanko Ismail. Next up is Jamila Roseborough, escorted by Eric Barton. Next up is Hope Price, escorted by Jacob Franchik. Next up is Landon Good and Lily Porter. Next up is Avery Rogowski. Next up is Skylar Persado, escorted by Maddox Jordan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. First of all, please give a round of applause to our prom committee for putting everything together. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Jay Dalloway. I run the auditorium, but I also had the honor of being this class's sponsor, and I could not do it without my co-sponsor, Savannah Heron. And now it is time to crown the prom king, queen, prince, and princess. So at this time, if we could have all of the prom princess and prom prince nominees to the stage. Let's see if they follow the instructions. They did follow instructions, they were just being held off. We're just trying to build anticipation. All right. Now just a little bit later, but here come the prince and princess nominees. All right. Once again, let's give all of our nominees a round of applause. This is intense music. It wasn't intentional. Your prom prince for 2024 is Nick Bravo. And next up, your prom princess for 2024 is Abby Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 prom prince and princess. All right, thank you guys very much. Have fun at the dance. All right, if I could have the prom queen and prom king nominees to the stage. The prom king and prom queen nominees to the stage. Your 2024 Prom King is Spencer Shaver. And your 2024 Prom Queen is Jasmina Jizzy. Spencer, if you come to the middle, buddy. You're fine. Your sash already, right? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Prom King and Queen. And ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Prom Royalty. Royalty, can you do me a favor and look at that camera right there for the yearbook? Congratulations, and that ends our evening here at the Grand March. Students, drive safe. Families, please drive safe home. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening.
Way too rich to drive a Rolls. Made a milli out of stove. She like to put it in her nose. Pretty white toes. I done put it on all the bros. I done put it in the road. I done put up in the ghost. I done reached all my goals. Yeah, pull up with Yeezy and dollar sign. I'm all about business, I'm man to man. Pull up in the trees like Caliban. Pull up with a rocket like number 9. I don't want you. Yeah, reach all the goals. Let her say said she was a pro. She straight with teeth, I'ma tell her to go. Go. So good she on the road. She a rider like a carnival. I done did the impossible. Go. So good she on the road. She a rider like a carnival. I done did the impossible.
She ride it like she's facts. We turn up to the max. I whop her from the back. I gave that the cramp. They love me out in France. In the hood, I'm East Coast double that. I'm a neck a bubble back. I'm a rich new Cadillac.